Hello everybody. Today on the 2017 spring semester's first edition of LTV News, we'll be covering the opening of the two new art exhibits, the Study Abroad Fair, and more. Stay with us. From Kendall Hall, I'm John McCarthy. Let's dive into it. On February 1st, two brand new art exhibitions opened up at the Arts and Interactive Multimedia building here at TCNJ. To get more on the story, we sent LTV's own special events producer, Tyler Law, over to the exhibitions. Take a look.
Thanks, John. Today I'll be looking at both Off the Palette, an exhibition of recent works, and Jessica Rath's A Better Nectar. A Better Nectar is based on artist Jessica Rath's research into the communication between flowering plants and their pollinators. Let's take a look at this exhibit.
Hi, I'm Jessica Rath. I'm a visual artist based in LA, and I'm an educator at Art Center College of Design, and I come from a farming community in the southern Missouri Ozarks. Bees have a different perceptual experience of the world, and so I chose to make these works human-scaled and to use a kind of abstract minimalist score with human voice in order to maybe possibly get a glimpse of how another species understands and perceives the world.
My favorite thing about Better Nectar, I think I'd have to list two things. One, when I'm in the gallery, I love that there's all this light coming in from outside, and the nests, the fiberglass forms just kind of glow, like they really respond to the light outside, so I think it looks beautiful in the gallery. The second thing I'm really excited about the exhibition is how many contacts we've made outside of the art gallery. So I've worked really closely with the biology department. I've worked with students from across campus. The environmental club is planning something in this space. So it's been a really good way to think about how art can connect across the campus, and not just with art students, but with students from all different disciplines.
What I want for audiences to take away is just this momentary feeling of being a bee approaching a flower, and how amazing that experience is, and how overwhelmingly large it is, and that they work as a collective, and that they are constantly in tune and talking to each other and sharing information about where flowers are and where they're going to get their next meal, and where a better nectar is on the planet. And how that communication has developed over evolutionary time. So to use the poetics of visual language and of song to engage the audience in another species' perception.
Now, let's take a look at Off the Palette, an exhibit that showcases works of painting students here at the college.
My name is Michael Cavello, and I am a professor here at the School of Art and Art History. My specialty, although I'm transdisciplinary, my specialty has been painting, printmaking, and drawing. So one of the shows open now at the School of Art and Art History is an exhibition of student work. It's curated, organized, and installed entirely by my Painting 1 students from last semester, fall 2016. Everything on display here is work by students who have very little knowledge of painting. They're in an introductory course, so about, I'd say like 25% of my students have next to no knowledge of painting, and so they're all sort of learning a language, and I think they've done an exceptional job. I could talk about any piece. I think they're all exceptional examples of what students can do in a class with me, but in particular maybe I talk about Lauren Gallupo's painting of, I guess to describe it, it's a close cropped image of two tongues kissing, sort of swirling around, and I think she's done an exceptional job recognizing the intricacies and nuances and subtleties of color. So it's not just reds, it's pinks and purples and blues and whites and, you know, just dozens of colors. It's incredibly exciting to see this show come together and bear witness to this process that is oftentimes very rare for an introductory or early level student to have the opportunity to do, to curate a show.
Off the Palette will be open until February 12th, and A Better Nectar will be open until April 9th. So come on by the AIM building today and check out these exhibits. For more information, you can visit tcnjartgallery.tcnj.edu. For LTV, I'm Tyler Law. Back to you, John.
Late last month, President Donald Trump signed an executive order limiting the number of refugee arrivals to the U.S., suspending the U.S. Refugee Admissions Program for 120 days, and suspending the entry of Syrian refugees and nationals from 7 Muslim-majority countries. In response to the order, which many quickly began calling a Muslim ban, President of TCNJ, R. Barbara Gittenstein, sent out an email to the TCNJ community. In her message, Gittenstein expressed her concern over the travel ban, while further establishing that, quote, the college has been enriched immeasurably by the contributions of students, faculty, and staff from other countries. The ban has since been temporarily blocked by Judge James Rubart, but to get community opinions, we sent LTV's Ben Zander out onto TCNJ campus to interview students about their thoughts on the whole situation and other current events. Take it away, Ben.
Hey guys, I'm Ben Zander reporting for LTV News. I'm out here on the street and I'm gonna go ask some random students some questions about current events. Let's go. Hey guys, I'm here with freshman Paul Broadhead, TCNJ junior Nina Materatando, junior Jamilix Carmen. How's it going, Jamilix?
It's cold, actually. Very cold day, but it's a beautiful day. How are you, Ben?
Oh, well, I'm great. I'm also very curious. I'm curious as to how you feel about Donald Trump's so-called Muslim ban. Do you have any opinion on that?
I am completely against it. I do not see his reasonings behind the ban. I don't think it's fair towards Muslims in general. I feel like we live in a world where we shouldn't judge people based off their religious belief or based off their practices, especially non-violent ones.
Do you feel that we should try to work harder to allow Muslims and Syrian refugees to come into the country?
Yeah, I mean, I personally think that the vetting systems that Obama put in place were a good idea. I'm against an outright ban at all in any circumstances, but just it's important to keep ourselves safe, but it's also important to allow anyone that wants to leave the horrible conditions that they're in. So now that he has been in office for about 2 weeks now, what are your feelings toward the Trump administration so far?
Definitely shocking. Every time he comes up with something, I'm like, wow. But it also kind of shows the direction America is going towards. Maybe this is the reality of things. But I feel like also the backlash that it's receiving kind of shows where the public stands. I'm
not confident in his ability to be our president. I mean, he might not actually be a Russian puppet, but if he acts like one, he may as well be one.
So what I would like to know from you is, do you feel that the TCNJ community is a community that welcomes all different viewpoints, or do you feel that we're a community that faces opposing viewpoints with hostility?
I find that dependent upon who you're talking to or what classes you're taking at the school, you can end up talking about different viewpoints, and you can also touch upon things that you may not always be comfortable talking about. But I think it's a great thing that TCNJ does, that it lets you be exposed to differing opinions in the classroom as well as throughout the community of people that you spend time with.
We as a community, we're pretty grown. I feel like people have a safe space to say what they feel without having to be disrespectful to another individual. So I think that's where in a way we are good. I haven't heard any hurtful comments, I don't know, but I think we're okay.
Well, that's all for me, folks. Again, I'm Ben Zander reporting for LTV Lions Television. Back to you, John.
Our last story comes to us from Mike Martin, who headed over to the Social Sciences Building to explore the Study Abroad Fair and find out more about the international study opportunities available to students.
Hey everybody, I'm Mikey Martin, and we're reporting here from the Center for Global Engagement's Study Abroad Fair, where students can come to learn all about taking a semester to study in countries all over the world. And we're going to talk to some students and program providers.
I'm Dr. Mindy McMahon, and I'm doing a study abroad program to South Africa with Dr. Binder in the history department in January of 2018. I think it's definitely a good idea for students to study abroad. It exposes them to cultures and traditions and ways of life that they're not familiar with. And it gives them an opportunity to travel, to see new things, to meet new people, and it's an integral part of TCNJ's mission.
The program is Spain, it's an art history landmark series, and we're going to Spain. And the idea of the class is to look at Spanish identity through the visual culture. So the question of what does it mean to be Spanish? Is there a single identity?
We understand that it's very difficult with a lot of majors to be able to fit in a study abroad experience. It's hard to go away for a semester because, very tight curriculum and whatnot. So that's why short-term study abroad, faculty-led short-term study abroad is such a good idea. When you go to Spain or some of these other places, you can go ahead and live in a country for 3 weeks, experience it in sort of all different ways, particularly the way we travel in Spain, which is to really get a sense of climate changes, topographical changes, just the way in which geography and sort of political spheres of influence impact people to this very day.
Hi, I'm Georgianne. And I'm Kelly. I want to study in Italy because they do a cooking session there and you go around Italy and just cook and it's cool.
I'm actually looking to go to Italy too. I'm an Italian studies minor and I would love to be able to speak fluently.
Well, that's it for me, guys. Once again, I'm Mikey Martin for LTV News. Take it away, John.
Thanks, Mike. And just like that, we've reached the end of this semester's first installment of LTV News. If you're interested in joining LTV, like us on Facebook or email us at ltv@tcnj.edu. For all of us here at Lions Television, I'm John McCarthy. See you next time.